Hey guys, how's it going? Philip, a trade genius. I have been away. I've been neck deep in a project, so I apologize for the lack of videos. Bob's been helping me out covering the daily stuff, which I appreciate. So shout out to Bob for doing that. Wanted to point out, guys, we running a quick special. So if you guys are looking to get into the room or anything like that, just come to TradeGeniusAcademy.com. This special runs for another, I don't know, day or so, and the signal, I'm actually kind of excited about that signal that you can get in that package, because we've gotten a daily buy signal. So I'm going to break it down here at the 15-minute level on Bitcoin. We're going to cover Bitcoin. I'm going to cover Litecoin too. And but Bitcoin, basically we're stair-stepping higher. Now this blue line is the futures market, and it's not the Bitcoin futures market. It is the S&P 500 futures market. So that's the biggest U.S. stock index aside from the Dow Jones Industrial. And we've just been noticing that it's been somewhat in lockstep with the Bitcoin movement. And that hasn't always been the case. In fact, Bitcoin's kind of just done its own thing if you were to compare it to the S&P 500. Just this correlation's kind of just been like more of a recent thing, and we've covered that in the last video. So it seems to be still there. We are stair-stepping higher, and we are looking to, we're about half an hour from the London session opening. It's almost 3:38 a.m. Eastern, and we're just about approaching 8,900. And so I'm looking for, I'll show you guys what we're looking at here. I'm looking for this line here to break, and this is an important spot. I really would like to see, and I think we can do this, but we break here, and basically we run to about 10K. We have a fib target of 9,800, but that would really kill this current bear fib zone that we're in. What's bullish about when you enter into these bearish fib zones is that if you run into them and then it rolls over and then it runs right back up to it again, that's really a bullish sign. So, here was the move down that established this range here. Okay, and then the rule is you run up to it and you short there and it comes back down. On a very bearish environment, you're going to make a new low or double bottom, come back up. But on a bullish environment, you'll run up, and then you see something like what we're seeing here as you come back up into it again, and you build momentum, and then you break higher. So I basically, on this chart read here, I think we have a strong case for running up to this 10,000 level. That's been quite a bit of resistance there. That held for quite a few days, and then the market rolled over. Okay, so that's the immediate, I think the immediate move that we're probably looking at here is a bust up through 10K. If we see a lot of volume on that, that's going to be really good for cementing this bottom. What's really going to do it for me on calling this, kind of the all clear, is if we look on the GDAX chart. And here's another thing too, guys, on the 4-hour, you notice we've had this consolidation period before up here when we were just under 12,000. We came down, we had a spike low, and then we consolidated like we did in here in this triangle. And we've done it again, and here we are here. So what you don't want to see is this breakdown again. All right, because that's just going to be potentially a lower range, and then that 5,000 number, which a lot of people out there were calling for at this point once we broke 10, that would still come into play. And I think if this breaks down significantly, that I think everybody's going to be like hands off and waiting for that area to hit. That being said, though, what you want to see and what I'm looking at happening here, just because of what's setting up as we break higher. So that would be a big change in dynamics as far as what we've been seeing coming down. So that's huge. I think this is a particularly important technical move that we're on the cusp of here. So we'll see how that plays out over the next 24 to 48 hours. The signal that I was referring to happened here on the daily. And these daily signals, just to put this in perspective, guys. Okay, so this is what you can get in that package. Our swing signal. Okay, so sell went up trending, short went down trending. we just put that in there because you basically want to go with the trend. So we try to make it as user friendly as possible for new folks. But look where it's signaled to get out. I mean, literally at the top. This signal is really, really good like that. And for the first time since that was back December 17th, so we finally got it firing again. Here we are. And I think it's just looking at the chart, if there was no signals or anything, just price action and volume, I'm looking at this and, I see, a nice candle here on the bottom. We have a nice formation. Whenever you get this, kind of like an inverted head and shoulders type setup, that's, those make for decent bottoms. What solidifies that though is you break this trend line here is going to be key for breaking above. So I think this is going to be one of the more important technical moves that we've had in a while. That we break up out of that like so. The next level that's going to be real key is the 11,700 level, and this would be on the GDAX exchange. And the reason is that we came up and hit that like 3 times after we had broken that down from it. And that was just a key level. Every time we got to that 11,700, looked like we were going to break higher. The end was over as far as the downside, and we were going to start moving back up, and it failed, and we rolled over really hard, and we basically shaved off another 50% just about on the move down. So that's going to be a key level. So again, breaking out through here, breaking well into the 9,000s, hit our head on this 10,000 level, which is going to be a fair bit of resistance here. Okay, so that's going to be around 10,000. 9,800 is the fib target there, and then if we break above that, then that becomes support. Next big test is going to be at 11,700 level. Again, that's on GDAX. Bitfinex is a little bit different, but that would be key there. So we're looking at on that. All right, now Litecoin Bitcoin charts. Okay, so Litecoin Bitcoin ratio charts are kind of like, like you get a big move and then this was back in 2015, huge spike up, and it just dribbled just downward, seemed like for eternity. 2017 rolls around and kind of the whole crypto market wakes up. And so this is kind of like our modern era right now of crypto activity. So people are like, should we jump in and get Litecoin now? You have to look at what's expensive and what's cheap. So cheap is, this is your cheap area. This is your expensive area. As you can see, a lot of Litecoin has been accumulated between 0.02 and let's call it 0.08. So you're kind of at the expensive end of the spectrum. Now, on a bullish coin or stock or whatever, you will break through these levels, and then this becomes your new level. Okay, so one of 2 things would be is you let this thing, you can try to catch a breakout, and I'm just talking in broad terms, and then I would expect a pullback of this would be like new support, this area here. All right, so one thing with Litecoin is it always seems to, if it does a run up, it always seems like it's going to be due for a big pullback every time. Now you could get into, this could be a new leg for a new set of price range where it does move up into this next level, but you're talking about major price discovery at this point. This is a weekly chart too, guys, so we're going back a couple of years, which is an eternity in crypto. But once you start getting above this level, this is kind of like no man's land up here. It's just going to be price discovery because there just really hasn't been much of any history in there. So it's going to be, if it pops up in there, I think it would be smart, be patient, and because it is Litecoin, tends to revert back to old support. So if we do blast off, and don't worry about missing the boat. If you're in it, great. If you're going to hold it for a long time, great. I think Litecoin has enough going on and has the SegWit and all that other stuff that I think it's going to be a player in the market for sure for a while. So all you guys holding on to Litecoin, keep holding. The chart looks very bullish, but if you're looking to enter, this is one of those kind of like limbo spots, because if it does pull back, then I think realistically you'd want to look somewhere in this area here. That's kind of like the value zone. That's fair value at this point for how it's been behaving the last year or so. Okay, so that's the Litecoin ratio. If we go to the Litecoin USD, and we'll look on Coinbase. So this is a weekly. We can go to a daily. Excuse me. So we've broken this long-term trend. That's really good. Again, we've gotten a nice bottom formation here. I like that. I like to see this here. You know, that's our kind of our inverted head and shoulders. So obviously we've got some. What I like to look at here, guys, is where's the volume at, and when we have areas of, you know, so we can go back here and look. And the amount of time that was spent running up is so brief that relative to this volume down here where a lot of the accumulation was sub 100, there isn't a lot. So if we zoom in to kind of the more recent action, you're going to see that, you know, we've got a nice base in the more recent activity. You see we got a nice accumulation in this area. So what will happen is once we break, you're going to see this volume, what I call volume void. So this area in here, okay, and that was an area of consolidation that broke down, right? So, you know, this was accumulating in here, and then we broke down out of that. So this area will be, you know, probably some resistance. So I would say, you know, look for a run up to this between, you know, somewhere in this area. Let's draw a horizontal line so it makes it easier. You know, this is probably 220. You know, I think is going to be, we're probably going to see easy move up to that level from here. So if you're looking to buy, this is on a daily. 220 looks like we got clear sailing to there. And if you look at, this is a 60-minute chart. We've got longs. Our long signals are firing. And so, you know, it's probably going to chop. You could even get down to 15-minute. And, you know, we're just consolidating. So if Litecoin is going to move higher, it's going to do it in these big bursts. You know, if this isn't going to happen, if this is a Litecoin fake move, then this is going to roll over pretty quick. So, you know, you can set your stop here, but generally what happens is Litecoin is that, see, you get a consolidation period and higher, and we're doing it again here. So honestly, on the mode of thinking this is going to move up and go higher toward that 220 mark, you'd get in here. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at on Litecoin. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to chime in. Litecoin was moving, so I wanted to point that out. And you know, if you notice, we got our signal again on Litecoin. It's fired here, and then we got a substantial move break up higher, kind of solidifying this base. So I think this is a kind of a precursor to the larger crypto space going higher. It's just been a little bit of a bear getting through the January blues. I think a lot of people thought we'd get out of it come first week of February. That hasn't really manifested, but we have been creeping up. So I think we are gonna turn up here, but patience pays. But crypto, you know, moves at warp speed. So be patient, and I think you're gonna be smiling here in a couple of weeks. All right, guys, well, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Please hit like and subscribe. Helps us out. And I will try to get as many videos out as I can. Like I said, I'm working on a project right now, so be a little bit limited in what I can do. But Bobby's helping out, covering me, so appreciate that, Bobby. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.